Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Jamono Media and Products. It's your news review time. We now begin with our headlines. Tourism Board says Teetham Airways concerns being addressed following flight cancellations. 3 women accused Wari money transfer boss of rape. Ex-jungler by law denies charges in Germany. Political scientist accuses Independent Electoral Commission of partiality. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. Teetham Airways, operated by Gambia Experience, has cancelled its scheduled first 4 rotations to the Gambia. In an email sent to the Director General of the Gambia Tourism Board, the British airliner said for any operations to resume, the first safety and waste management issues highlighted to a report must be urgently addressed. This cancellation will not only cause a loss of revenue and impact tourism members to the Gambia, but will also cause significant reputational damages to us all. The airliner warned. Reacting, the head of the Gambia Tourism Board, Abubakar Kamara, said the matter is being treated with the urgency it deserves. Before this letter came yesterday, cabinet ministers were at the airport, including permanent secretaries and even director generals and other technical directors, to discuss the matter. This issue was raised by the safety auditor. They are very serious about the issues, and that is why 4 cabinet ministers have to be sent immediately to make sure that this matter is addressed. The unfortunate thing is that they have received this letter yesterday. Mr. Kamara said a high-powered team has already been put together to make sure they address all the issues. Even before they left, the airport authorities were instructed to affect all the issues. They assured them that they will do everything possible, Mr. Kamara said. Director General Kamara admitted that flight cancellation are a big blow coming at the beginning of the tourist season. It will reduce the number of tourists that are going to come to the Gambia. They are not sure whether they can make it up at some point, but as it is for now, it's a big blow and it is going to affect them, he said. Director General Kamara expressed his hope that if all the matters are addressed immediately, the airliner may consider its decision. If you see Gambia Experience cancel a flight, know that that issue is very important to them. Even though other flights are going to come, they have right to cancel theirs, he stated. French-Senegalese Kabiru Mbodj, the boss of the money transfer service Wari, was indicted last week in Paris for rape, charges he disputes according to AFP city sources. Mr. Mbodj has been placed under judicial supervision following the indictment on the 13th October, the French Daily Le Parisien reported. He is alleged to have committed 3 rapes during the same evening and a 4th earlier in the year. But Philippe Zella, the lawyer for Mr. Mbodj, told AFP, "My client, whose identity he cannot confirm, strongly denies the charges against him. He is perfectly serene. This instruction will shed light on the facts and the reality of this file. The businessman, like his company, has been going through a difficult period for several years, marked by competitors from new operators and legal troubles. Mr. Mbodj was notably sentenced to 2 years in prison, including 6 months in prison, by the Dakar Criminal Court for misuse of corporate assets after a legal tussle which pitted him against former collaborators. This digital financial and commercial services platform, widely used in money transfer, was one of the flaglets of Senegalese in French. In the 2010s, Wari opened many outlets in the Gambia. In 2008, Mr. Mbodj, Seni Kamara, Malik Fall, and Sheikh Tan created Wari, meaning money in Bambarang. The hybrid platform sells its own applications and those of its partners. Disputes subsequently pitted him against his former associates who accused him of embezzlement. A former Gambian soldier by law standing trial in Germany accused of belonging to the Gambia Junglers, a death squad that assassinated opponents of former President Yahya Jammeh, including journalist Deda Haidara, yesterday denied the charges. He did not participate in these acts. By law's lawyer told the court in the northern town of Sele, reading a statement by the accused. Mr. Lowe, 47, who is charged with crimes against humanity, murder, the attempted murder, including the 2004 killing of Deda Haidara, founder and the editor of the Point newspaper, listed intentionally to English translation of the declaration read out in Germany. In it, Law said he had merely repeated in the past what other people had told him about the facts of the case. Explaining previous statements in media interviews that appeared and incriminated him, Mr. Lowe told the court that was Mr. Lowe, who went onto the trial in April, is accused of involvement in 2 murders and 1 attempted murder while working as a driver for the Jungler between 2003 December and December 2006. Human Rights Watch has called the proceedings the first to prosecute human rights violations committed in the Gambia during the Jammeh era in the basis of universal jurisdiction. Universal jurisdiction allows a foreign country to prosecute human rights against humanity, war crimes and genocide, regardless of where they are committed. Deda Haidara was the editor and co-founder of The Point and a correspondent to AFP. Deda Haidara was a correspondent for AFP for more than 30 years. The father of 4 also worked as a Gambia correspondent for the Reporters Without Borders campaign group. He was gunned down in his car in Kanifing on the 16th December 2004. Mr. Lowe is accused of having helped stop Haidara's car before driving one of the killers in his own vehicle. In a statement sent to AFP, Mr. Haidara's son Baba said the rejected Law's account to the judges. As a victim and a plaintiff in this case, he feels disappointed, insulted and cheated by the statement that betrays common sense, he said. Mr. Haidara's lawyer, Patrick Croker, added that the statement of the accused seems made up and impeccable. Moreover, it has already been contradicted on several occasions by the evidence collected so far. It is a step back down in the search for the truth for the victims of Yahya Jammeh, Mr. Croker told the AFP. Political science lecturer Esan Jai has accused the Independent Electoral Commission of being selective in its application of the Elections Act by failing to hold the ruling National People's Party to account over its failure to hold a Congress since its inception in December 2019. Mr. Njai told the Standard yesterday, the Independent Electoral Commission is encouraging or convening with the NPP to do broad daylight robbery in our democracy. Just recently, the IEC was reminding all parties to hold their Congress. They had the UDP and the APRT will hold their Congress in December, but NPP has not even talked about holding a Congress in December. It is going to be the 3 years since the NPP was created and is going to be in the blatant violation of Elections Act without the IEC taking any step. The Commission is merely encouraging impunity by ensuring that laws are violated without any coming out of it, especially when it has to do with the NPP and it pressures it to do mounted on them to ensure that the NPP abides by the Elections Act, and that is not only putting the IEC's credibility into questions, but it is also putting our democracy at risk in terms of reverting autocracy. Mr. Njai said the Independent Electoral Commission suspended the National Convention Party, the National Democratic Alliance Movement, and the Gambia Democratic Party in the past for failing to hold a Congress under the Elections Act. Therefore, he sees no reason why the Commission should consider the NPP, which is yet to convene a Congress 3 years into existence, and scared now the incredibility of the IEC will remain in question as long as it allows the blatant violation of the Elections Act by the ruling party. It shows that they have still not departed from the Jammeh era of impunity where laws are willfully violated. Rights groups like the R2K and the Duga wrote to the IEC in April 2022 to remind them that about the ruling party's violation of the Elections Act, where the IEC turned a blind eye. And what is even disheartening is that the IEC, through its commissioner of the Director of Communications, blatantly refused to talk to journalists about this daylight violation of the Elections Act by the NPP. So the commission, including its chairman, has failed Gambians when it comes to ensuring that our democracy is strengthened by upholding elections rules. In fact, the opposition parties and the civil society organizations should have tested the strength of their jurisdiction by challenging the grounds upon the elected NPP National Assembly members were elected because they considered under a party that was violation of the Elections Act by refusing to hold Congress after 2 years of existence. Mr. Njai, who holds a double master's degree in human rights and democratization in Africa, as well as security and leadership in studies, said, "This is shameful. The Independent Electoral Commission should go back and put their houses in order." Those were the stories. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria Magellan. Do have a wonderful weekend.